Hi, and welcome to Teaching World Language with Technology from TechEdge.
I'm Krista Liu. I'm the World Language Specialist at the Nebraska Department of Education.
And I'm Guy Training. I'm a professor at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. And I created TechEdge, and I would love to keep sharing those videos with you. So please subscribe.
Today, we're going to talk about Choice Board. And Choice Board is actually our strategy to engage students by offering different choices so that students can choose different ways, different activities to engage, but at the same time, develop the same language skills.
And this is where we're bringing in the research. We know from research that people like choice, but not too much choice. So if you open choice and say, here are 25 things you can do, most people, or quite a few of our students at least, freeze or don't know what to pick or keep jumping from one thing to the other. So the magic of choice is providing a few really good choices, but a limited number. So 3 or 4 is usually the numbers we go with. So students have the ability to choose, they're motivated by it, they're highly engaged, but not so many that they take forever to make a choice and then they question their choice and go back again.
Yeah, here I want to show you some resource that's available with language education at Nebraska Department of Education,
which we're happy to partner with. And so it's important for us to highlight the resources that are available on their website for free. Crystal has developed a lot of them. And so please go and check all of these out.
So here is a little blurb about Choice Board.
And you can check that out and get the basic information. You can see it's very short. What we're trying to give you is enough of a nugget so you can act on it without doing all of the research. We are doing the research for you. And really, Crystal has done the work. I'm just learning here. So
yeah, actually, we have invited Dr. Le Kang to make a webinar in our guest speaker series. The recording is here. It's all about Choice Board. So if you want to know more, here's the links that help you to go to the recording to learn more about it, to explore. And also her slides is available here. And now let's go to her example Choice Board. Here's an example shared by Dr. Le Kang. We can see what Dr. Le has done. She provides 3 choices for different modes of communication. We know as world language teachers, there are 3 modes of communication: interpersonal, presentational, and interpretive modes of communication. So for each mode, she provides 3 choices, so students can go and make the choice to do the exercise. For example, interpersonal mode, she has, we can see speaking right here. Mm-hmm. And also another speaking task. And here is listening and speaking. Sometimes students want to do listening and speaking. So 3 choices for interpersonal. We can see the first choice is musical. A lot of students really enjoy learning language through music. So here's the choice for the students. And we can also see choose a classmate to create a dialogue. Choice on clothes shopping through Sock Puppet. So if students really want to engage with their classmates, so they can do that as well.
And what I love about this choice board idea, that unlike other times when we talk about it and it's a specific app, a choice board here is created inside Google. It can be created inside any digital document. All you need is to have a template that makes it easy to do the things. I see that Le has included icons that help students navigate that a little bit easily and helps you give directions a little bit easily. And then because it's a digital document, you can actually embed the links. If you want it as a paper document, I would really recommend having QR codes so students can scan them and go to that activity. It is possible to do this completely in paper and just have 9 stacks in this case because there's 3 of each. 9 stacks of paper, and then students make their choice and go pick up the assignments. You could do this completely offline.
Yes, sometimes we know there are limited resources for students, so we like to have paper and a digital at the same time. And I also recommend for some students who really do not want to use digital devices, which we do have, right? So we would have like, for example, for speaking, I would include our, in-person session for that. For example, I would allow students to do it in classroom, or for shy students, I would allow them to do in my office during my office hour, so that different students have different choices. They can just choose the one that they are most comfortable with.
Excellent. All right. So what do you think are the most important things for teachers to take away from this idea of a choice board?
The most important thing, I think, is to consider all 3 modes of communication at the same time, because we want students to be able to choose one activity for each mode, so that they can have a balanced practice of each skill. Also, I would like to recommend to have the same rubric for all choices, so that even though students are doing different things, we are only checking the things we really care about. We're not checking how creative they are when they are using a different technology, while other students are using, paper only. So if we are giving grades for things in one choice, not giving grades in other choice, that's unfair for students. We just want to make sure that we have one rubric for all activities.
All right, so thank you, and we'll see you next time on Teaching World Language with Technology.